So if you didn't know, Steven Spielberg's first full-length feature was a movie called Duel, which was actually adapting a Richard Matheson story. But even if you did know that, did you know that they have two-issue comic book series that are actually semi-adapting that same story? Let's talk about it. The first story is called Throttle, and it's written by Joe Hill and Stephen King. This one is an adaptation of their novella that was written as a tribute to the original Duel story by Richard Matheson. In the first part of the story, a biker gang rides down the desert highway after a robbery has gone wrong. The bikers argue amongst themselves about what happened, then try and determine what to do next. Afterwards, they get back on the road. While they ride, however, a psycho in a semi-truck starts ramming them one at a time, running them over and taking them out. After a bunch are killed, the remaining ones finally pull over, letting the truck pass, but not realizing that one of them, named Race, is still being chased by the truck. In the second part of the story, one of the bikers, Vince, decides to help Race as the semi-truck tries to run him down. Vince exchanges middle fingers with the truck driver before he tosses a flash grenade that he keeps on him into the truck's cab, blowing up the interior and sending the truck careening off the road into a fiery wreck. The bikers see the driver try and climb out of it, but his burned body collapses as he dies in the attempt. Another of the bikers shows up just after, and once they have one final argument, they all resolve to go their separate ways. The second story is called The Truck, and it's written by Joe Hill, which is a straightforward adaptation of Matheson's original Duel story. In the first part of this story, on one hot April day, our lead character, named Man, drives on a desert highway, at one point passing a huge semi-truck referred to simply as the truck. Soon, Man finds himself being terrorized by the truck as it cuts him off, honks incessantly, and tries to run him off the road, or even run him into other cars on the highway. That is until Man finally passes a cafe, so he stops, watching as the truck goes by and hoping it keeps going. Man goes inside the diner and goes to the bathroom, but when he comes out, he sees that the truck is parked outside. The second part of the story begins with Man sitting in a booth and trying to figure out who the driver of the truck might be. The stress is too much for him, so he ends up bolting for his car and taking off. But the truck starts up and follows immediately, so Man pulls over and tries to confront the truck, but it passes and stops, waiting for Man to go. Man drives and the chase continues, cutting through a construction site before Man is able to use a steep upward hill to get some distance. And on his way back down from it, the truck loses control and crashes in a fireball. Man cheers his survival. So that's it for the two-issue comic book adaptations, one looser than the other, of Richard Matheson's Duel. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below, and I'll be back to cover more horror comics very soon.